following program contains humor that could give rise to feelings of inadequacy. We are not doctors, financial advisors, or a credible source for anything. Relax, bro, it's just a joke.
Welcome back, everybody. It is once again Saturday, and as always, we are your host, AnalogByNature. Oh, and I'm your host, Glide Guide. With me, I have CDK. So technically, we are AnalogByNature. Hello.
Yeah, here we are.
What's going on, man? How was your week?
Pretty good. I gotta tell you, I quit my job, and
You quit your job.
it's over. Like, it's done. I officially don't have a boss other than you and my wife, and of course you, the people out there.
Our true bosses.
It's always a good feeling.
It is Saturday. And you know what that means? No? You don't know what that means?
I
Thanks.
really
Thank you.
don't. Yeah.
It is October 1st. It is now spooky month. So I want to know, what are your plans for Halloween?
October.
That it is.
It went fast, right? Like, we got all these new games, all this new shit to play this month, but we just got to go live and do it.
It is horror video game month. Is the best time to do it.
Get away with doing some crazy shit in October.
You need to. It's spooky month.
It's that one
And
game
the horror games that'll come out, right?
Right. It's that one that we played last year, and it was like, didn't realize there was so much nudity in the game.
Phantasmophobia?
Something like that. It's pretty crazy.
Wait, that's not Phantasmophobia.
No, it wasn't Phantasmagoria. It was another one. Phantasmagoria, the part 2, that one had a lot of parts we probably should have skipped.
You know, it'd make a really good spooky month, like FMV type of deal. Like old school, like monster, like black and white monster movie type monsters, FMV. And they just use like the real props, you know what I mean?
Well, they did, they made Night of the Living Dead. Is that what that one's called?
They make that into an FMV?
They made that into a game, yeah.
A game or an FMV?
I'm thinking two different things, but they did. They made it into an AMV. It's just like a public domain movie.
But I was asking, what are you doing for Halloween? Any plans, any thoughts, boys?
I don't really know for the day specifically, but my big plans are coming to fruition of getting CDK some fucking awesome games to play for the stream.
Go marathon on it.
Did you pick up those 4?
Not yet.
Okay.
I've been slacking all day today.
No biggie. You've got infinite internet. As long as I have them uploaded, that's all that's fucking important. I had to time it just right so I didn't run out of fucking bandwidth for the month and get bitched at. If you have any favorite Halloween games that we don't have in the lineup, drop me a line and I'll try to play them.
What other Halloween games are coming out this year?
I mean, Plague Tale's supposed to get a sequel. I don't know when that's coming out, though. Rat Plague, that's like pretty Halloween-y, I think.
There's one where you're like a bunch of a cult of sheep or something, I thought.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one.
I've only seen like a little bit of it, though. I've never seen anybody actually play it. Still interesting.
I feel like you're just describing the city at that point. But...
On to the first topic. NASA successfully crashed. They crashed a rocket into an asteroid, and they have live footage of it, which you are seeing in the middle frame, which is a very nice version of it because it's really choppy and shitty. There was a nice smoothed out version that we put up there. And then
Okay.
you, that's like the POV. You are a rocket smacking into a space rock.
This is like the view of the impact from
Whee!
the telescope before it was colored.
So I have a question prepared for you, Glide. What
Okay.
is the difference between a rocket and a missile? Because I stand by that they didn't hit it with a rocket; they hit it with a missile.
You know what? A missile would have a payload. And I think that would be the main distinction between a rocket and a missile.
I got a rocket in my pocket,
Would
not
be
a
the
missile.
type of payload, because some rockets have payload. I guess it would be the definition of the type of payload.
That is a great question, though.
Yeah.
So I asked another military friend of mine because I'm seeing how many different answers I get, and he said the difference is like the rocket like left the atmosphere and never came back, whereas like a missile like implies that it's terrestrial and just flying around the planet hitting things. I don't think that's accurate either, but I can't really argue with him.
Pretty sure you could shoot a missile into space.
That's
You
what I
try
thought.
hard enough.
But he said it becomes a rocket then.
But it says, yeah,
Like, I don't
rockets work
know.
as spacecraft, but missile cannot operate as spacecraft.
That just means that we haven't found a
Wow.
way to fly around on missiles yet.
Missiles are only for military purposes, and rockets are for spacecraft and technology,
Mm.
according to my military friend Google.
Uh-oh. Google listens intently.
You know what? I don't want that. They need to change that definition. Military use only? That doesn't sound right. I want to use missiles. What the fuck? You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
his argument was interesting. He was talking about how like when you shoot a bullet and the bullet's flying around, it's turning into a missile at that point. It's like, but isn't like throwing a javelin around? I guess like is that a missile?
Yeah, this train of thought is dumb. We're stopping this.
It's so good, though.
No, because you can just Google the difference. I don't know why you're asking me. Doesn't make sense to me. Your reasoning fogs my brain. Why ask this? Why ask the question something you can easily figure out?
So now that we're shooting missiles out of asteroids out of the sky with rocket missiles,
Rocket missiles.
does that mean
Does my cum become a missile when it comes out of my dick?
It's more
It's
like a
tech-
buckshot.
it's more like a projectile?
Was it a missile, just a projectile?
Is this a spooky ghost?
No, projectile comes out of something. A rocket fucking self-propels.
What, a rocket
guess-
comes out of a rocket silo?
Yeah, if you like shot
a
your cum
missile.
load and then it went.
What if I like pulled my foreskin way over the tip of my dick and then shot it and then pulled the foreskin really back really fast so it technically shoots out of the foreskin? Kind of like a missile silo.
That would be a squirt.
What do you mean it would be a squirt? I'm not using it to build pressure. It is just a tube that it would be launching out of.
Still a projectile.
Isn't a missile just a projectile?
An ejaculate.
So what I'm saying is, we could technically, if science is correct, hit this asteroid with a cum shot.
So now that we're shooting all these rocks in
Yeah,
space,
when are we
does
gonna
that mean
shoot
we're going to
a
get a lot
cum
more
shot at it?
space? Are we going to get a lot more space debris coming down to Earth?
I call bullshit that this thing was gonna hit our planet. I think if it was gonna hit our planet, they should have just let it.
I don't think it
They
was
never
gonna.
said it was Armageddon. They just fucking
Yeah,
were
it was
practicing.
Did
was
they
a
just
sand
choose a
pit.
random one?
Yeah, this is
I
like,
don't
hey, let's shoot that fucking rock in the space with a fucking rocket. That's why it's fucking bizarre.
I don't think they
Ah.
chose it. They just shot straight into an asteroid field and hit something.
Well, no, they.
I mean,
No,
it's right in the middle.
The amount of math you would have to do to shoot it, to hit a fucking rocket. No, they definitely were like, okay, this one is going to come around. They knew all the variables, all the mathematical variables. There's no way in hell that they just randomly chose one.
So
I bet they spent
okay,
like 3 years mapping the fucking trajectory of that bitch.
okay. I have a follow-up question. Do you think they just guided the missile around until they found one and then aimed into it, or do you
And they
think
had
like
AI do it.
they had AI do it? Okay.
Yeah. Which is
Okay.
scary because AI just shot him a space rocket with a missile. A rocket, I'm sorry. A fucking space rocket, fucking rocket man.
It was a rock that we hit with a rocket.
I think rockets have pointy tips. And missiles have
Doesn't Elon Musk
round tips.
rocket have a fucking round tip?
That's
That's
a missile.
Virgin. Isn't it Virgin that flies around the giant space dick?
That was so
Yeah.
fucking ugly. Yeah.
That would have been more funny. Although they'd find like a space worm and shoot the space dick at it.
The funny thing is, there's just a car floating in space right now, and nobody gives a shit.
We can fucking litter in space. Fuck it, shoot a car into it. Think of the human experience that we've all went through. No man has ever shot a missile at a fucking space rock.
Not
Besides
on
the
purpose.
moon,
Not on purpose.
and that's debatable.
True.
You know, the moon might not be real. It might be hollow. Hollow moon. Get heard about hollow moon theory?
I mean, it is made out of cheese. It's got a lot of holes in it.
Apparently, it's a
living-
giant. It's a giant
the
super
theory
weapon
has
thing.
a lot of holes in it.
No, next topic. Next topic.
Next
We
topic.
have Stadia died. Stadia, if you don't know, was a subscription-based console. You heard me right. You would hook up the subscription and you'd stream the games to you. So it played like garbage. It looked like garbage. It costed a lot. So it was garbage.
I don't think anyone knew this existed.
Well, so somebody did, because the memes are starting to make sense now. They were like making fun of all the cyberpunk people because they were like, well, at least you got your cyberpunk DLC on Stadia before it shut down. I'm like, cyberpunk didn't shut down, but now I realize no, it's the
Oh, it was
Stadia.
the Stadia.
Yeah, you got to play it for one day or something.
What a terrible idea.
Yeah, we
Dude,
should go back to the Sega channel. That was better.
You understand that there's like latency, right? So if you're just streaming it, like you're going to be streaming on their servers, the latency is going to be insane.
You have to sit in the exact right spot.
Oh yeah, right. Oh no, you forgot to update your subscription. Now your console doesn't work.
The cat sits down on the router and you drop to like 5 FPS.
Family starts watching Netflix, and you lose your ranked match of fucking, I don't know. Mortal
Some-
Kombat or
You're
some
playing
shit.
a ranked match on the Stadia. You should probably
Yeah.
reevaluate your life choices.
Get Steam.
Apparently, the game
Fuck.
devs and Stadia employees, they didn't know it was going to happen. Google just like, nope, you are now a dead product.
Mm-hmm. The controllers are NFTs now.
Yep, the controllers are NFT. No, they're not. But so if you were one of the gullible mooks to buy a Stadia and pay some kind of ridiculous subscription service, hey, limited edition now. Might be able to make your money back if you sell it to a collector.
Let me counter. I'll be the counter argument to everything tonight, I guess, sort of. So, I know right to repair isn't a thing, but what are the chances somebody could root this and just make a mirror of everything to play on?
You like games123.com and you just fucking stream games.
Stadia, but it's like STAD
Well,
one A.
Well, shut the server down.
Yeah, I
Because
guess they own all the fucking
from their
servers.
cloud. There's no games on the console.
No, you just put up your own cloud and just
You want
repoint
it
the
to be, you want it to
Stadia.
be your own streaming platform. You just want a Wi-Fi console.
Didn't say I wanted it. I was just saying
That's a
like
cool idea. If it was your own in your own house, cool idea. Outside of your own house, controlled by somebody else through a subscription service, you're a twat.
well, no, make it all
But-
free.
If you're controlling it yourself and like you're just like, oh, I have my cloud, like you know, you have your hard drive hub and you're like streaming it from that to the Stadia, and just playing it, and yeah, that'd be great.
What I'm saying is like if somebody jailbroke this thing, theoretically you could like pirate every game on the fucking planet and just stream it live through this thing, right?
Again, they don't keep the games on the hardware.
No, I know you would have to put up your own games on the cloud. And it would like point to them, you know, go to the fucking Bahamas and get a cloud server there so everyone could stream their games. I mean, that would be really good for countries who are it's already illegal to fucking play half the video games because of the censorship, right? You could just get around it by doing that.
For sure, Google put in some failsafe to cripple this thing when they turn them off.
Oh god.
These
If
are
they're
all good.
giving
These are all fun and
refunds,
good
it's shut
ideas.
down.
Yeah,
It's
they're
just
full
fucking
refunding them. For sure, they're like, nope, this technology is dead, so they just turned all the switches off. Make this dead.
Oh yeah, it just red rings. You turn it on and there's a red ring instead of a green ring. It
This
just
is
bricks
now
your fucking machine.
Now a Minecraft server.
Oh no, that's right. The last time this happened, it was just open source. So yeah, this was the first. Yeah, I wonder if they are gonna brick them.
I would brick them out of spite.
Fuck yeah. Say this, and it's a screen that just says, "This is America." That's it.
Just a little bit of spite in your morning breakfast.
Yeah, it's
Free
the
games?
Kermit.
No.
It's the Kermit the Frog
You
fucking
see,
sipping
because
his
I'm
tea.
still in the game market. I don't want them hurting my chances. I gotta brick them.
People can return their controllers for money, but I don't think anyone's going to try hard enough, right?
You just take it and throw it at a Comcast.
I think they were like
store.
$400. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they were expensive. as shit.
Jesus.
And their launch was one of like the worst launches of anything ever, too.
Well, I mean,
The games
literally,
that
who knew about this? Who actually knew about this?
Oh yeah,
I knew about it just because it was dumb.
back when I was on, gaming news feeds, they talked about it.
I'm pretty sure we probably talked about it on here. Just making fun of them.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't ring a bell. Seems like a terrible idea. Like,
You don't like a subscription service? You don't
Netflix.
like owning
Games?
your games?
remember when they used to send you games?
You
Game-
remember when Netflix sent you games?
Gamefly.
They still do it, don't they?
I don't know.
Does
Like,
Gamefly still do it?
a lot of people just have what's it called, Epic subscription.
Yeah, Steam is
people-
pretty good. I like Steam.
Yeah, but Epic has a subscription where you can just play everything for like $10 every month.
Next topic. Oh, rapper of the 90s, Coolio. Known for Gangster's Paradise. You may have heard it. Maybe you haven't, but I doubt it. Died. 59. Dang, he's off to the real Gangster's Paradise.
I thought that this was a prank because, Twitter says that somebody dies like every week just to see how many retards will propagate it. And so I was like, oh, someone actually really died. It wasn't a Twitter prank this time.
I don't think Coolio had Twitter. Coolio doesn't seem like a Twitter type to me.
No, that doesn't stop
He's
people
pretty
from
much tuned
speaking.
out of that shit.
Those are usually the kind of people they would pick to spoof a death, though, because you couldn't just go check their Twitter really quick. Like, oh, Robin Williams died. He doesn't have a fucking Twitter, so there's really no way to check.
Yeah, Coolio dying, it could be true. You know what I mean? Yeah,
It
it's
could be true.
true.
It could just be with Tupac now and Michael Jackson.
Damn. Another one bites the dust.
Little known fact, Coolio made over $24,000 a year just from people playing Gangster's Paradise. Like, since it was made to the day he died, it made that much money.
Until he got mad at Weird Al for making his own version because he's a butthurt Billy.
Why they gave him permission for that?
Wasn't that the guy that got all mad at him?
I thought Riding Dirty got mad at him.
I don't know. I don't watch
actually know. Yeah.
music
Yeah.
beef.
We don't report facts. We just say what we think.
Weird Al pays tribute to Coolio after resolving feud. Yeah, it's right there.
Oh,
Fucking
god damn.
2-second Google search. Holy shit.
The power of Google.
Tell us the whole story.
Yeah.
No, I thought
Who's
you
the
didn't.
author?
The author is Chance P, which I'm sure is
Chance-
totally.
Penis Paladins. Damn. Rip Coolio. I only heard like 2 of your songs.
Probably heard more than you think.
Oh yeah,
Probably, but I only know 2 of them by kind of name. I know one by name, and I know another one that I kind of remember.
there was one that popped up on the show every once in a while, but it was him and 5 other people, and he was crammed in the middle, and he was like 10 years old at the time.
Mashup.
Yeah.
And the mashup. This is a bizarre one. eBay execs get prison time for bizarre harassment scheme. A former eBay exec has been sentenced to almost to 5 years in prison for leading a scheme to terrorize the creators of an online newsletter, including sending live spiders, cockroaches, and a funeral wreath and other disturbing deliveries to their home. If you are part of the free press, just remember, you may get targeted by eBay execs.
Did they like steal his address or her address, and that's how they were doing this, or were they like rerouting stuff that people won? Like,
It's like a super small eBay seller pamphlet or some shit like that.
Like really niche newsletter about eBay sellers. And apparently it really rubbed eBay execs wrong. I'm like, you are the execs of eBay. Why do you care about some newsletter that probably gets 100 top readers, if that? Probably way less. Probably I was probably being really generous. I'm going to say 20 to 30, maybe.
Like 5 years in jail, they must have really done a lot of shit because these guys, they clearly have some money. You know what I mean?
I think they planned to break into their house. I'm pretty sure they found like proof of that.
That 5 years is a fraction of what they were going to get if they were a
It's a
normal
fraction.
person.
Oh, we're sorry. We're sorry. We were planning to kill you. We're sorry. I'll say it. If you're doing this much and you're planning on breaking into someone's house, you were gonna hire a crack team of people that you found at a seedy place in the city.
oh, is that an article this week? If not, it should be. Oh, there's a rent. It's one of the other articles I threw in there. There's a service you can rent now. It's called like Violence for Hire.
I've always had that. It's called a mob.
No, I know. It's an official, certified, service, and I don't know if they have like a ratings system yet, but
You can find those on the dark Minecraft servers too.
The Minecraft.
Darkcraft. Yeah, you could. He could have just had somebody else do this instead of him doing it himself like a dumbass.
Yeah, you would think with that kind of money, like your eBay, like the biggest online seller next to Amazon. What are you doing?
And Alibaba.
Yeah, Alibaba. Like, they have money. They're eBay. They have Super Bowl commercials. What are you doing, man? Hire somebody. How do you become the executive eBay and you're this dumb?
I always wonder, like, they've got to be married, right? And so, what's their wife thinking like, right? Well, I know what their wife's like, piecing out with half his money, but
Thank you for the excuse.
Yeah, the nail in the coffin right there.
But she knows in like 5 years she's gonna start getting fucking severed pig heads and shit in her mailbox.
Hey, you roll that dice, Chief.
Can
Can you disappear well enough with all this money?
You know what'd be funny is like the jail guy's like, you got a package, and the guy's like, I don't want it. He's like, nope, you're gonna get it. And fucking box opens with spiders in his fucking prison cell.
That'd be great. But I heard the confession from the guy. I read it. The confession from the executive, like, this was all my fault. I should have taken charge. I should have stopped this. I hope you all forgive me. Like, it was very corporate.
Sorry.
How? Yeah, it was literally the South Park when, the cable guys, like rubbing the nipples. Oh, I'm sorry.
Tell me that
5 years.
Part. Tell me that last part again. Oh, hold on. Let me get my manager.
It happened with that, but it got all the way up to the execs of the company. Oh, let me go get the CEO. Oh, yeah. Your newsletter because your problems with our site.
Cockroaches.
They just have a weird bug fetish.
So, one of the most insufferable people ever on television, thank God finally going to be off television. He did his send off and it didn't quite get ratioed, but you could tell that they were censoring the comments on the YouTube because it's all nice comments. Trevor Noah took over the Daily Show after Jon Stewart and Colbert. The replacement host is leaving. And he's like, 7 years? I looked at I've been here for 7 years and I'm just so pleased.
Turns out nobody likes him.
No, yeah. But this guy had just fucking dirt shit low fucking ratings. Again, there's people on YouTube with higher ratings than him. And 7 fucking years. You can have an insufferable piece of shit on TV for 7 years. And it's because they were making fun of the same person for 7 years.
Yeah, I can't believe it was that long. Like, I used to like Jon Stewart. I mean, I still like Jon Stewart, but
Yeah. Jon Stewart, actually funny, actually intelligent. Steve Colbert, giant grifter, got caught.
he was funny.
He was funny, but the funny thing, you don't hear about Colbert very much anymore. He inserted a team into the Capitol building twice after the whole January 6th thing. They got caught both times. You don't hear about shit like that. And then you got Trevor Noah, giant piece of shit. I'm wondering
I have no
if they're
idea
gonna...
who any of these people are besides Colbert because he has ice cream.
Jon Stewart.
I have a foggy idea that they're just like TV show, like tonight, like late night TV.
The Daily Show, like, is the biggest. It was the biggest humorous night show.
It's political satire
time.
and news satire. But Jon Stewart was actually funny, and then Colbert started out as like a side character, and then he was actually funny for a while, and then he turned into a weirdo too.
Yeah, and that's where
this guy replaced them, and I don't know. He started dating Dupa Lupa, and he's like, nope, I don't need this anymore.
The guy that was like the head of the show, the Office, Steve Carell, you know, he came from the Daily Show. All these big people that ended up making it in Hollywood all came from the Daily Show. But after Colbert turned out the whole thing was a grift, and he's actually like far left. He got his own show. They didn't really have anybody to replace him.
I didn't really watch it.
It seemed more balanced back then, and then everything just kind of went all to one side. I'm like, well, fuck it. Way to alienate half. I don't believe that comedy and politics are good together because you alienate half your audience the second you make fun of someone. So like half of them are like, oh, this guy's a fucking social, and the other half is like, you're a Nazi. So just it's easier to just not.
It's not comedy when you're pretending to be on one side and actively mocking the other when you're actually on the side that you're mocking.
Damn,
That's
you don't want to see me on online chat boards then.
It's not
I'll be on either side just to make fun of the other side.
Yeah. My whole general thing is when I see somebody and they're having good ribbing or whatever, but as soon as somebody starts to go too hard, I immediately turn on them.
This was the opposite of that. He was acting like he was on one side to actively mock that side and make money off of them for years. It would be like
do that. I'm very inclusive, and I'm definitely not a sexist. I love women very much. Especially feminist. You guys rock. Oh boy. Yeah, who would pander?
I don't disagree with that.
I like women very much. Not a sexist. Oh boy.
Many times.
I am very tolerant of other religions. Oh boy. Of the one what we want.
I watched that again. Fuck, it's so good.
Dude, it's so it never gets unfunny.
And Jon Stewart also, his popularity spiked way before he came down on politics. He was anti-war for a long time. He wasn't making jokes about himself. He was pretending to be on one side to make that side look like shit. That's not a comedian. That's a plant. That's a fed, basically.
You're fucking fed, Colbert. You're a fucking fed, Colbert.
Call him a fed.
I mean, he was sending people into the Capitol like multiple times. He got caught. It's like that's called a plant. So
plant these nuts in your face. We're not a part of this show called Dear Glide. You guys write into the Discord. It is anonymous. I cannot see who says it. And then I'll read them off and I'll give you the correct opinion. Yes, the correct opinion. I am not a doctor and or legal, financial, or any of those things. But I am smarter than you and a man. So you should listen to me. All right, let's do the first one. Dear Glide, I'm a 26-year-old woman with a problem. When I was in high school, I cheated on my steady boyfriend with an older man. Disgusting. I discovered I was pregnant and sure the older man was the father of the baby. Last summer, the 8-year-old child, after 8 years of paying child support, the man requested a DNA test to determine the paternity. I was stunned when it turned out that the daughter wasn't his. After all, here's the real problem. When I found out I was pregnant, my boyfriend asked if the baby was his, and I assured him it was not. That boyfriend is now happily married and has children. I have been married to a wonderful man for almost 6 years, and he wants to adopt my daughter. Should I try to contact my old boyfriend and disrupt his life by telling him that he has a daughter? Part of me feels he is entitled. Damn, this is a really long one. To know that... Well, another...
Yeah.
Well, to know...
Are you
but another
intentionally
part of the
reading it
worries-
so nobody can understand you?
Yes, I am. I'm reading it for me. What should you do? What should you do? You hoard around with an older man, disgusting, in high school, had a baby, cheated on your boyfriend, you disappointed your parents, God, Allah, Buddha, Mother Mary, Vishnu. I have more. I'm just not gonna do it. Moloch. Okay. Now, you're playing with a bomb here. His life stable, your life stable. The child's 8 years old. They're in their formative years. What do you guys think you should do? What'd you do, Chance? Would you tell the husband? Well, the man, the father of the child?
You know what
Would
I
you
would
not?
do is I would act like I cared about that a lot, but in the background I would be actively torpedoing all of it. Is what I would do. And then I would find a way to make a bunch of money off it. And then sell lots of merch. And then I'd write a book and I would make a shit ton of money off that. And then I would make a movie. But I'd have Johnny Depp and as the man and Amber Heard as the woman.
I don't think people would look fondly upon a movie about some high school chick having sex with some older dude.
Even if it was
That's
Johnny
a
Depp.
popular genre.
Even
So
Even if it
this
was Johnny Depp.
girl wants her new boyfriend, or her new boyfriend wants to adopt her baby, even though he knows for sure it's not his. The guy who was paying child support for it, but a DNA test and proved he's not the father. And this other dude altogether, who she probably hasn't talked to in years, is the real dad. I'd just leave it alone. You fucked up.
You fucked up. You know what? No. Because all you adults that are involved need to get together, talk it out, and figure out what's best for the child. Because fuck what you feel and what they feel. It's what the child feels. You see what I'm saying?
I have a feeling that like trusting kids with their feelings is what's getting us into a lot of these situations right now.
No,
I think,
grooming their
I think you're
feelings is what's
I think
getting
you're
us into
confused about parenting and you know
grooming.
extremism,
Okay.
because the kid finds out now you have fucking 10 years to deal with the aftermath. They find out when they're 18 or something later on in life, or they find out that you kept it hidden from them. You could lose them forever. They could hate you.
Write a book for them.
They could who knows, they could deteriorate in some kind of negative mental state and I don't know, go on a Tumblr. So keep your kids off Tumblr.
Remember Tumblr.
And be truthful.
Remember
And also don't fuck older dudes and cheat on your boyfriend. Next one. You're glad I plan to be married in a few months. I need some advice. My fiance and I have been together for almost 7 years and have all the appliances and accessories we need to furnish our new apartment. We could use some furniture, however, and are now in the process of looking at chairs, tables, and so on. Several friends and relatives have let us know that they want to give us a shower, well, probably because you stink, or a party. We really don't need presents. We would be thrilled if they would just give us money. Wouldn't we all be? So we could buy our furniture. Is there a polite way we could ask for money instead of a shower or wedding gifts without looking tacky? Broke in Mississippi. There are stores that let you return the gifts for money. There definitely is.
Most people now have like wish lists. Give me a gift off this list. It's like holy.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever went there. You can go to like bridal stores or like certain furniture stores, and you can like scan use a little gun and you scan the price tags of things. Like, oh, I want this and I want this and I want this, and it turns it into a wish list. And then you can send it out, and then you can put, I have too much shit in my house. Don't give me anything else. Thanks.
If they were your real friends and not just people you were inviting for gifts, they would know you wanted money, or they would know what you wanted, so you wouldn't have to tell them. So maybe don't invite 100 people to your wedding just for presents.
And if you do, you're gonna have to put up with 100 random present gift dog shits.
Right. You eat the 5 toasters. You're the one who fucking invited them.
Resell them on eBay. Just don't leave them a bad review, or they'll send spiders to your house, or perhaps break in.
3 stars or better, and don't join this fan club.
Do not subscribe to the newsletter. It is a scam. It's how they dox you. Dear Goliath, my husband and I have been married for 18 years. And we have 2 fine children. Are they fine by your definition or mine? Are you calling them attractive? Why would you call them fine? That's a weird way to describe children.
They're
don't.
fine.
But yeah, they're okay. They got all their digits.
Are they good? They're fine.
5 years ago, my husband had an affair, and I was devastated when I learned about it. I did forgive him. He promised to never see that woman again, and he kept his word. Here's the problem. Anne, the woman he has kept close touch with, has kept in close touch with my in-laws. The past 5 years, my mother-in-law is well aware that this is very upsetting to me. She continues to be friendly to the would-be homewrecker. Even my husband has asked his mother to stop seeing this woman, but she continues to be chummy. We moved from Florida partly to get away from this unpleasant situation, and believe it or not, this woman had the gall to move to this same small town. My nerves are completely shot, and I'm beginning to develop health problems because of this. Can you help me? Her in Alabama. You know, this is a hard situation because this person's insane.
Move to the same town? That's pretty brutal.
They followed you to the same town. They're weird ties with your in-laws. I have one single way for you to get out of this, and it's not going to be pretty. I'm going to need you to go take a boxing class. 2 years. I want you 2 years of boxing. I want you 2 years of lifting weights. I want you to become a monster. Then I want you to beat this woman to the ground. Murderate him. Don't murder her, but beat her into the ground. At the point where she stalked you from your state to another state, that's a red flag. And you gotta take red flags seriously, or you're gonna end up with a dead horse in your bed.
It's more than that though, like the husband or whatever, right? Like that's super sus. As if he doesn't know what's going on and didn't invite her or didn't, that's weird.
That is super sus. We're getting to her because the woman isn't the first one. The woman is the first one to take and beat down. Then you got to go to your mother-in-law and beat her down. She's probably old. You said 18 years, so I'm guessing she's probably in her 50s, 60s, maybe. Hey, talk shit, get hit. This is your family. This is your domain. This is your dojo. Even if they're family and they can't respect that, then you gotta slap them. Because family are just people that you're forced to be with. Kinda.
But you gotta go, I'll slap you. I'll slap you. I'll slap you, slap you, slap you.
Well, hopefully the 2 years of boxing and working out, a solid hook. Then the husband. The hardest part of this. He hasn't stepped in to handle the situation like a man. That's a red flag. You should have told this person to stop coming around and then talk to his mother about it and did the same. But he didn't. That kind of tells me that he doesn't care if she's around. Maybe maybe he wants her around. And at this point, you gotta ask yourself, is he worth it? Because he hasn't been showing that he's worth it. So you need to tell him, is this worth it? And to make it work. Because if not, you're gonna leave. And that's what you should do.
Married for 18.
What? Was 18 years gonna stop the fact that some crazy
No, I'm
person
not just
stalked him?
saying. Married for 18 years, and 5 years ago the affair happened.
Yeah, 5
So-
years. That's a long time. That's a long, long, weird time.
Especially being into a 12-year relationship at that point, right? He cheated on you, and then you kept around for 5 more years.
And after the 2 years of boxing and working out, you should be in great shape and get back on the market. Wham bam.
Why is
All your
his mom's
problems solved.
friends with? Yeah, it's so weird.
So, stick up for yourself. Claim your territory. Beat them up. Tell your husband to shape up or fuck off. And your kids will respect you for it later down the line. And that's for Dear Glide. We'll be back with Bring a Banger.